way out of here. Pull-up elbow jumper, that's up and through.
San Jose State women's soccer champions.
They have completed the perfect season, 7-0.
Hall of Fame class of 22. What an honor to share this stage, this honor with you.
Newest Pro Football Hall of Fame inductee, famed NFL head coach Dick Vermeil, started his journey towards Canton in the small wine country town of Calistoga. The son of a mechanic, Vermeil's future seemed to be tied to cars, in particular racing. But a meeting with SJSU coaching staff propelled Vermeil down a new road, one that led to San Jose State University.
Well, I went from Calistoga to Napa College to San Jose. Glenn DeBose was a San Jose State alum, had played college football with Bob Tichenal and Bob Bronson, and they recommended me there for a scholarship. I didn't get a scholarship, I walked on, and then I got one after my first spring practice.
Never afraid of hard work, the walk-on earned his scholarship and took over the starting quarterback job in 1957. Upon graduation the following spring, he set his sights on a coaching career.
San Jose State was very, very good to me. Very, very good to me because I was not up to date academically because I hadn't planned to go to college. My whole mindset changed from wanting to be a race driver and work in a garage to be a football coach.
Dick Vermeil's coaching career started at San Jose's Del Mar High School as an assistant, before 3 years as head coach at Hillsdale High School in San Mateo. He then jumped to the college ranks as head coach at Napa Junior College before joining fellow Spartan Bill Walsh as an assistant at Stanford. In 1974, Vermeil took over as head coach of UCLA and led the Bruins to a Rose Bowl upset of #1 ranked Ohio State. His teams didn't always have the best talent, but always had the biggest heart.
I never wanted to be in a position as a football coach where I was going to try to outsmart somebody to win. I always felt if you really cared about the game and you cared about coaching the game, you could outwork your opponent.
The Philadelphia Eagles took note of Vermeil's college success and hired him as head coach in 1976. Vermeil turned the struggling franchise around and led the Eagles to a Super Bowl 15 appearance against the Oakland Raiders. But after 7 seasons, Vermeil retired from coaching in 1983, citing occupational burnout. Dick Vermeil spent the next 15 seasons in the press box covering NFL games on both CBS and ABC. But in 1997, he returned to coaching with the St. Louis Rams. The 1999 Rams team, dubbed the greatest show on turf, was led by an undrafted quarterback named Kurt Warner. Both quarterback and coach seemed to embrace the underdog role.
We had that initial connection, him giving me an opportunity when nobody else saw it, and he recognized something that was a little bit unique. He recognized the fact that here's a guy that nobody else believes in, but there's something about him. And I think he felt a lot of that in his journey, that when he got opportunities, a lot of the times it was like, I don't know why this person gave me that chance. He always felt it himself, but it was hard for other people to recognize it. So he always kind of felt like he was the underdog.
The Rams' Super Bowl 34 win over the Tennessee Titans looked to be a storybook ending of an incredible coaching career, as Vermeil retired after the victory. But he quickly returned with the Chiefs in 2001 and spent 5 seasons in Kansas City before retiring from NFL coaching a third and final time. Since his retirement from the NFL, Dick Vermeil has returned to his Northern California roots, running his family winery in Calistoga. He has also focused his efforts on the San Jose State football program, starting the Dick Vermeil Fund for Football Excellence. Combined with the Spartan Athletics Center, The Dick Vermeil Fund for Football Excellence will help support the current football staff operations and recruitment of talented student athletes to San Jose State.
I can't even imagine what a major successful football program would do for San Jose State. They're building stadiums, they're getting scoreboards up, and it's going to be a new facility. My fund, they call the Vermeil Fund, and I contribute some money to it every year, not enough to build a stadium. I'm proud to do it.
From a walk-on at San Jose State in 1956 to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Dick Vermeil's journey has taken him further than he ever imagined.
Well, all you got to do is look around the room and see all the generations of people that he has impacted and influenced with his, core philosophy of life. A, work hard. B, do the right thing. Make sure you take care of your family and your teammates. I mean, he is just truly a special guy.
Thank you, Dr. Robert Bronson, Bob Titchnell, my two San Jose State football coaches, for seeing talent in me I didn't see in myself, and all the rest of you. Thank you for the contributions you made to my career. God bless you.
For basketball fans the world over, the only thing more recognizable than their team's uniforms is the court on which they play. No longer simply stained and sealed maple, modern basketball courts are works of art. When it came time for San Jose State University to update their floor, it was important to make a statement about the university and the surrounding Silicon Valley.
Last season, we had to refinish the floor, and we knew we were on our final leg. So I knew that we were going to be doing a floor. One night, I got a call from Jeff. He's like, Tracy, we're Silicon Valley's public university. We've got to have representation. I want a chip design at the back of that floor.
Actually, that was a brainstorm on the golf course. Came up with, hey, wouldn't it be cool to do something with Silicon Valley and chip?
He blew my mind. I didn't know what the heck to think about that, because I was thinking of the Spartan logo, I'm thinking of a computer chip design, and I'm like, all right, we can do it, because it sounded like an amazing concept.
4 different floor designs were mocked up, and an online poll was set up to allow fans to vote on their favorite design.
Part of the strategy of doing the new court, we always knew that we wanted to get public feedback, and Scott McDonald and his team put out a Twitter poll, and we solicited feedback that way. We had 100,000 or so or more impressions, overwhelming support for the microchip glow design.
Once the winning microchip design was selected, there was the small matter of figuring out how to execute it.
The concept, when it came through, I'm looking at it and I'm going, my God, we've got a computer chip design and it kind of glows. And I'm like, how the heck am I going to get that with 2D paint?
The answer was 800 miles away in southeast Idaho.
Here at PFS, we do portable basketball floors. We assemble them, we do all the artwork and graphics. We'll do the maintenance, repair, just in this humble little shack in Shelley, Idaho.
PFS Final Finish exploded onto the scene in 2010 when they unveiled their Deep in the Woods court design for the University of Oregon. More elaborate designs followed, and PFS Final Finish is now one of the leading finishers of hardwood basketball courts in the nation.
In most cases, the franchise or team, school, whatever, will come to us with a design idea. In some cases, it might be mostly complete for them. It's quite a process from where it starts with an idea, like this is the concept, to actually execute it, and there'll be changes along the way.
One of the most significant changes to the Spartans' original design was to switch from a dark stain to a solid blue color on the middle of the court, which allowed the use of an innovative new product.
All of a sudden they said, hey, have you ever heard of glow-in-the-dark paint? Have you ever thought about what it might look like if we apply some glow-in-the-dark paint onto that logo? And I'm like, my God, no, we haven't. Let me run that by folks. Well, I called Jeff on the phone and he's like, we're in, do it.
Back when I was in high school, our basketball team came out, they did a blacklight show. And we always thought, oh, it would be cool if there was glow-in-the-dark paint. And I think that's where it kind of grew from. They came with us with the design and we said, you know what, this would be the floor to show the world the glow in the dark.
Once the floor arrived at their facility, the PFS Final Finish crew set to work bringing the new Spartan design to life.
So we build the floor and then we sand it, seal it, and then we do all the painting. The first layer, the stencil, is cut into vinyl, and then after we lay that one down, if there's another color, we lay transfer paper out and then hand cut in all the other colors.
Even with years of experience, perfecting a finish sometimes poses a challenge.
Forget the glow-in-the-dark paint. Just with the blue and the gold and bringing it into a fade and trying to get some wrinkle in it to be able to allow it to look like it's fading in and out. It was iffy at times because blue and gold make green, and let me tell you, it was making green.
Anyone that's worked with, hardwood will tell you it's no joke the way these materials respond, and I think that's something that not everyone can appreciate, that you're dealing with living, breathing materials with the maple hardwood and paints and finishes, and then this new glow-in-the-dark thing that we're doing. I mean, it takes a lot of patience.
After nearly a month of work, the floor was disassembled and shipped to the Provident Credit Union Events Center to be installed in its new home.
I had a team, started laying the floor out. We took our time because there was also a learning process. It took us, I think, 2 days to get the floor fully in place and installed and to get everything done.
What started as an idea dreamed up on a golf course is now reality as the Spartan microchip design graces Walt McPherson Court at the Provident Credit Union Events Center. The response to the finished design has been overwhelmingly positive.
Oh, it's fantastic. We had stories from Sports Illustrated, from USA Today, NCAA.com. The word got out. It's been warmly received, positively received. We couldn't be more thrilled with the reception.
People have just been blown away by how amazing it is.
It's exciting for the fans there. It's exciting for the fans at home. For us, for people to go, wow, this is a cool game, but check out that floor. That's awesome.
We are in the middle of Silicon Valley. We have an amazing school of engineering. You start to go, well, now I understand why they did the chip.
We have over 200,000 living alumni in the Bay Area. Most of the workers that work in Silicon Valley companies have San Jose State degrees, so there's already affinity and connection to our university. And I think what the court allows us to do is tell that story in a meaningful way. It's going to be a visual representation of just how deep and how connected we are to this region.
Change is afoot at the Provident Credit Union Events Center as new head coach April Phillips has taken charge of the San Jose State women's basketball program. With a highly touted incoming recruiting class, Coach Phillips and her staff believe the Spartans are on the path to success.
The first thing for San Jose State that we're looking for is high-character young women. It's high-character young women who are willing to be selfless and just work extremely hard. I think that a lot of the young ladies that we got to come here this off-season were just simply looking for a place that they knew where they would be believed in. Partner in the ball, defense in the floor, let's go!
She's a very relationship-oriented coach, even though she has tremendous tactics as well on the court and strategies. Those relationships are what it all comes down to, and being able to turn it around at San Jose State, I think, is her goal ultimately, and I have a strong belief that she'll be able to do it.
Born in Long Beach, California, Phillips most recently coached the University of Texas, helping the Longhorns reach the Elite Eight in the 2022 Women's NCAA Tournament. The California native also has stops at Arizona, Loyola Marymount, and Cal.
I like to think of myself as a player's coach, someone who will understand you, be able to connect with you on your level. The shot goes in, just take it and go, all right? But then there is obviously this other side of, okay, now it's time to get down to business, or now I've got to push you to the level past what you even believe that you're able to attain. And so I think just being able to relate to them on different levels is something that I really value as far as being a player's coach.
A former collegiate player at Georgia Tech and Xavier, Phillips' playing experience and past coaching knowledge are keys to her connecting with her new team.
Trying to use your inside hand just a little bit. Right. PTs and water.
I've known her since I believe like the 8th grade, and she's just always been there through like all my recruitment processes, and she's always just asked like, how are you? Even if she knew I was at a different school, she would still check on me like, how are you doing? How's this going? I felt like I needed to be in a program with a coach like that.
Student athletes don't want their basketball production tied to who they are as a person. Whether you score 20 points or you score 0, you're going to get the exact same love from me and my staff. By knowing that they are cared about, I think that you work a little bit harder and you care a little bit more. It's a generation of youth that really desire that.
With the start of the season just around the corner, Coach Phillips and her staff are wasting no time readying the Spartans for a run at the Mountain West title.
When fans come into this building, they're going to know that we're going to play extremely hard, we're going to play fast, and they're going to see passion out of these young ladies.
Judging by where she's been and the immediate impact she's had on different teams in the past tells me that she'll be able to catch lightning in a bottle and get things tilted in the right direction in a very short time at San Jose State.
I am super excited to be here, and I'm glad to have an amazing head coach like AP, and I'm ready for season to start because I'm ready to win.
We good? Good day today.
San Jose State University has been called the #1 most transformative university in America. Nowhere is the transformation more apparent than the construction of the Spartan Athletics Center at CEFCU Stadium.
Today, the last beam is going up on our Spartan Athletic Complex. I've been imagining this for 6 years. Some of the donors here have imagined this for 25 years. It's going to be a game-changing moment for our campus.
The Spartan Athletics Center is the crown jewel of the South Campus's revitalization project. The 55,000 square foot facility recently reached an important milestone as the final steel beam was hoisted into position in front of gathered alumni and supporters.
This is a very important day because it's symbolic. The last piece of steel is going up, symbolic that we're signing with all the major contributors to this project. So thankful for their contributions to make this reality happen. But now it's out of the ground. And now people are going to see the visual progress that we're making in a lot of our sports, this investment that's being made in San Jose State Athletics and at San Jose State University.
We're the oldest public university in the West, but we still have a lot of growing to do and a lot of work to do. And this represents decades worth of commitment from our donors, from our student athletes, everything just to bring this to fruition. But it's really a transformational point for our program and represents everything that we're about.
What began as a smaller football operations building to be built in the north end zone, the Spartan Athletics Center will now encompass the entire east side of CEFCU Stadium and house locker rooms and facilities for both men's and women's soccer as well as football.
We started this, talking about this, back in 2007. And at that time, we were going to raise $10 million to put something down here in the end zone. And then the building grew.
So it was originally going to be in the end zone. When I looked at that, I said, if we put it in the end zone, we're essentially taking 15 to 20% of the stadium and updating it. Now, by having it go from end zone to end zone and putting a new scoreboard in over in the north end zone, we've essentially recreated half of a football stadium.
In addition to the Spartan Athletics Center, the South Campus's transformation has included new practice and game fields for baseball and softball, new beach volleyball courts, a new tennis center, and the Spartan Golf Complex. These additions to the South Campus attract not only fans and alumni, but prospective student athletes as well.
We've waited for years and years and years to see something like this happen at San Jose State. Awesome building. It's going to make such a huge difference for student athletes. It's going to bring young people here that never would have considered San Jose State.
project of this magnitude could not be realized without the efforts of alumni and supporters. Many have given back in the form of time and large donations to the university that has given so much to them.
We are so thankful for our committed supporters and our committed donors that for years and years and years have stuck by us. And we had several of them here for the topping off ceremony so they could put their name right on that beam.
I started this project when I was in my 60s, and I'll be 80 next Sunday, so come on, get the damn thing done. And it's here.
The waiting will come to an end when the Spartans play host to Oregon State in the 2023 home opener, when CEFCU Stadium and the brand new Spartan Athletics Center are unveiled in front of a national television audience.
Opening this building in fall 23 is going to be absolutely massive. From what we've heard from our fans and One Spartan Nation is that they're super excited to see what the new facility is going to look like when it's all completed.
When this building is done, families, kids will be able to sit on the grassy hill and be able to watch Spartan athletic games.
We're going to show this new building. It's going to be iconic in college football. People will recognize it, but it's also going to introduce us to that national television audience with the great university that we are here at San Jose State.